In chapter 6 of Leading with Lean, I talk about Hoshin Kanri and its importance in driving the business forward. I start by looking at some of the statistics around this, where fewer than 15% of companies actually track their progress towards their strategy against the plan. 95% workers don't actually understand their company's strategy. Fewer than 27% of workers actually have access to their company's strategy, and about 86% of executive teams spend less than 1 hour per month actually working on the deployment or the delivery of their strategy. And therefore, about 90% of companies state that they've been unsuccessful in the execution of their strategy and reaching its goals. So what this demonstrates is that there's a massive gap between what companies want to do strategically and how good they are at actually executing that strategy. So Hoshin Kanri is really, really important, and I've seen the massive impact it can actually have on the business. What's really critical about it is by using Hoshin Kanri, which is a methodology by which we determine what is the strategy of the business over the next 3 or 5 years, how do we then break that down into yearly chunks that are going to take us there, things that, as human beings we can really understand and buy into, making really most importantly the choices of what we're not going to do so that we only focus on those things that really, really matter to the business, and then breaking that down into annual improvement priorities with what we call targets to improve, TTIs, a little bit like KPIs, key performance indicators, but differentiated from daily management, from the budget, in the sense that these are really stretch or breakthrough objectives that are really going to demand that we think differently about how we achieve them. So Hoshin Kanri a lot of the time is about how do we make those breakthroughs, how do we really think differently and break down some of the existing paradigms in the organisation. And the real mindset, the difference behind it, and this is where lean thinking applies, is that it's really thinking about aiming for the stars, and if you don't quite meet that target, then that's still success. So it's, aim for a 30% improvement, and if you hit 25%, that's successful, rather than a more traditional, let's aim for 10% improvement, hit 11%, and all claim massive victory. So it is a difference in mentality, and again, it's about setting, stretch targets, breaking down the problem, using lean thinking to really understand the root cause of why we're not there yet, and then applying good lean thinking to achieve it. So really, I think chapter 6 is a great part of Leading with Lean, and really, really brings together that difference between lean being about just continuous improvement and Kaizen, and it being about everything. It's about improving the business both incrementally and with strategic breakthroughs.